What's up, everybody? Little Big Robots back with another little quick video here. I got one of these a while ago. I've never known what they were about. To me, every time I saw these, I thought that they were made of wood. I thought that's really funny. A wooden Gundam model. Okay. But I guess they're kind of a blank. Actually, there is somebody I want to say on the Gundam subreddit over there on Reddit who has bought all of these and has made them all and painted them. And look at that. It's an actual little model kit. Hey, that's pretty. That is actually really pretty cool. Is there no like a frame inside or something? Maybe not. Let's see. Oh, even steps. Other little miniature kits like the, oh, what are those called? The, whatchamacallit? They have, there's instructions inside the box. These are, am I upside down? No, these are good, but there's no English at all. So these are almost like a gachapon. They're not a gachapon because you can see what you're getting. But I thought these were pretty cool. I think it would be worth it taking a moment and putting this together and coming back and seeing what it looks like. Okay, so that was way more than a moment to assemble this. Let's just talk about the build process really quick. This was tedious as hell. Some parts here, I'll show you, for example, that part right there where you're assembling the things in there. To just hold that tiny part to get it inside the inside of the wing thingies there is just, it was so infuriating. I just kind of, actually I gave up. You can see here on it. I'll show some more. I gave up on it and left a blank there. So there's some really tedious parts on these small kits. This is, of course, the Nightingale. Nightingale is a larger kit, you know, whatever. So I'm wondering if maybe it has a few more of those little tiny details than some of these other ones. I have one more box of these. I don't know what's in it, so I might try that one as well. So the build is really tedious and just it's not super fun. The parts are not really well molded and stuff. There's some issues with that, some of the fits, and I still for some reason have a whole bunch of these left over, these little round things. I don't know what I missed there. I'm gonna look it up. Honestly, I don't really care because this was just a kind of an experiment to see how it would, you know, what it was like. It's still technically snapped together, but there's a lot of parts on here that you're going to want to glue. And of course, I just used a really thin cement, like a extra thin. You can also use a regular one or whatever, glue stick, not a glue stick, you know, like a super glue stick, whatever. So there's a lot to talk about in this. Honestly, when I first started building, I started getting really annoyed by it. I was like, these are absolutely ridiculous. Why would I want to do this to myself as a modeler? But then I remembered that I started to look for smaller scale tanks. I really want a particular small scale, like what would it be? Really small one. I forget what scale that would be. Like a little Sherman tank, because somebody posted one on the Model Makers forum or subreddit. And I thought, hey, that looks really cool. It'd be kind of cute in a way, but it'd be also kind of awesome to try a small scale thing. Same kind of thing here. I think if you're looking, ooh, I got to be careful. If you're looking for a really small scale version of one of your favorite suits, one of these on the back that, you know, they sell, this is really kind of cool. Now, it is tedious, but once you get past that and you get it put together, you see how that fits not real good. You know, you can adjust it. You can take some time and sand stuff down. There's a seam line right down the middle because those are two halves. There's not too many real problems with it as far as once you get it together. This would actually be kind of neat to have a tiny scale. You know, I don't even know what scale this would be. A tiny scale. See what I mean? Tiny scale version of one of your favorite models or one of your models you have on your shelf. So I actually see the appeal of this. I think the idea, though, is it's really detailed, which is nice. So you get all those details, but it's going to be a kind of a big hassle to put together. I would say that, you know, I think these are kind of like a gachapon box where you don't know which one you're going to get, but I would say that they probably don't get harder than this one right here, than the Nightingale. There's so many little parts. I'm not seeing too many crazy things up in there. But it looks, you know, it looks pretty cool. I've never liked the Nightingale. I always thought it was an ugly suit. I think a lot of people like these giant ones, these big fat suits, because when they get a model kit, it's just a ton of plastic and it's fun to paint and stuff like that. But how it looks and stuff, I think it's kind of ridiculous and dorky and stuff. But having said that, you do get a ton of little details. Let me see how close I can get here. And they, so there's a lot of opportunity in there to kind of practice your really fine painting skills or whatever. If it were me, I'd probably base it all in, put a good primer on it and just wash it or panel line it. Not really do too much to it because it would drive you crazy. But I can completely understand how this would be a neat project for somebody who's used to working at a larger scale, 1/144, stuff like that. So it's neat. It's super duper tedious to put together. In some parts put together better than others. And there's no English, so you kind of just have to guess at parts, and it's not too hard to figure it out. Luckily, the illustrations are fine. But once you get it done, if you paint it and you put it on your shelf, that will actually be really, really cool. Now, I can imagine it'd be kind of fun also to have a bunch of these in this size to play like a, tabletop game with. That'd be kind of cool as well. Or you could even use these in another tabletop game as a completely different, like a version of one of their robots or something. So not bad, really tedious. Would I build it again? I wouldn't build this one again, but if I got one of the other ones, I'd definitely try it again. And there it actually is. I'll try and link to somebody in the Gunpla subreddit who has been painting all of these and doing a fantastic job, so you can see how good they can come out. But anyway, have fun, everybody. Go pick one up if you want to. If you want to drive yourself crazy, that is. Bye-bye.